transform, and in discrete time Fourier transform, you all people know that omega is continuous. Yes or not? Omega is continuous by nature. Now, if omega is continuous by nature, then to find the spectrum, how many samples of omega you are using? Clear? Means if you take, see, I will show you. Let just I want to plot this x of e to power j omega. Okay, just let this is my plot. Let this is my plot. This is a the plot x of e to power j omega, and this is omega, and like this is minus pi, this is plus pi, this is 3 pi. Okay, and the same way this is, you will get minus 3 pi. Okay, now if you see, this spectrum is periodic with period of 2 pi. You take the period minus pi to plus pi, or you take the period 0 to 2 pi, your wish. If you take 0 to 2 pi or minus 2 pi to plus pi, 2 pi, this is periodic by nature. Okay, this is your omega. Or if you want to take, you can take pi to 3 pi. Any one period if you take, because it is periodic with the period of 2 pi. Now here, omega is continuous by nature. Since it is continuous, then we can say that in between 0 to 2 pi, simple. Let I'm taking 0 to 2 pi. In between 0 to 2 pi, how many samples of omega present? You can say that it is very easy. Since it is continuous by nature, we can say in between 0 to 2 pi, infinite sample value present. Yes or not? In between 0 to 2 pi, infinite samples of omega of omega present. Why? The main reason is omega is continuous by nature. Okay. Since it is continuous, you can take any interval. There are infinite number of samples are present. Now see, here point is very interesting. To find the spectrum of an, you take infinite sequence. Okay, let this x of n is a infinite sequence, or you can take finite sequence, no problem. Either you take infinite sequence or you take finite sequence. Now to find the spectrum, what you are doing, you are taking infinite sample. You are taking infinite sample of this omega. Similarly, when you try to get back the original sequence, again you are taking this x of e to power j omega. Yes, and that means envelope 2 pi means if you take 0 to 2 pi, we are taking this envelope from here to here. This envelope of the spectrum x of e to power j omega. Then it is very easy. You know that in this interval 0 to 2 pi, there are infinite sample of omega present. Means my point is here, to get back the original sequence, again you are using infinite sample value of omega, and to find the spectrum also we are taking infinite samples of omega. Okay, now you just imagine infinite value means just a very high value to process a very complex system required and big storage system required. Yes or not? It's a very big storage system required, and to design also a complex system required. So what I will do later, my point is here, later my sequence is finite. Let my sequence x of n, let my sequence x of n is finite. Finite means having finite length. Let this is a x0, x1, x2, dot dot dot. Let this is finite length. X of n minus 1 means it's 0 to n minus 1. What is the length? The length is n. So later my sequence is a finite length sequence. Clear? Now again I will redo the plot so that the people will understand. Try to understand the point. Okay, this is very important and conceptual. Try to understand the point how I'm explaining. Okay. And I want to say that how the spectrum I'm representing, it is not correct. Yes or not? This is not correct. Can anyone comment why it is not correct? I will give one chocolate. Anyone can comment why this spectrum is not correct?
The spectrum is discrete, na sir. Cannot be continuous.
But that is not correct because you know that this spectrum of this discrete time Fourier transform is continuous by
Yes,
nature.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I will say why it's not correct because you all people know that this spectrum is DTFT. It contains both the magnitude part and angle part. Yes or not? Means it contains magnitude response and also phase response. Now, magnitude response is an individual plot and phase response. You know, this is your magnitude response. If you plot, then it is then this theta of omega is your phase response. Okay, just I'm writing somewhere. I don't want to disturb this diagram. Now, the discrete time Fourier transform of any sequence contain magnitude response and phase response. And if you plot this magnitude response and phase response with respect to omega, then it is two individual plot, not single plot. Okay, that is the reason practically the spectrum is not correct. But just since you people know that this x of e to power j omega is periodic with period of 2 pi, to show that part, just I taken like this. Otherwise, if you think practically, the spectrum is not correct because I not given any angle or phase. Only I written x of e to power j omega. So the spectrum is not possible. It contains both magnitude and phase response individually. Okay, that is the reason the spectrum is not correct, but for the showing purpose, it is periodic with period of 2 pi taken randomly. Okay. Now our point is, see here, my sequence x of n is finite by nature, not infinite. Even though it is finite by nature, to find discrete time Fourier transform, what is the formula? X of e to power j omega. We can write summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to power minus j omega. Okay, even though it is finite by length, when you are finding a spectrum, you are using this omega term, and when you are finding the inverse, x of n equals to 1 by 2 pi, it is period 2 pi x of e to power j omega, e to power j omega n d omega. Even though it is finite of length, still you are using this omega, means infinite sample value. This is the biggest disadvantage. Means you want finite processing, and to process finite thing, you are require infinite storage. Okay. So to overcome this problem, later what I will do, instead of taking this infinite sample value, means say here 0 to this point 0 to 2 pi, this infinite sample values of omega present. So my claim is I will not waste my memory, and I will take a finite sample value instead of infinite sample value of omega, and I will find my spectrum. Okay, get it? My point is here, or we can say my claim is here. I want a spectrum of a finite sequence by using the finite sample value of omega. I don't want infinite sample value. Okay, so what I will do, instead of taking this complete envelope, what I will do, I will take some samples of omega instead of complete omega, and I will try to satisfy my claim. Okay, like your discrete time Fourier series, just this is my claim, and I want to satisfy my claim. Means my point is here. Let this 0 to 2 pi interval I am taking, instead of taking this complete envelope. So this is the complete envelope. I don't want to take complete envelope because it is wastage of my memory. So what I will do, I will, since it is n point sequence, I will take n sample value from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, means n sample value of omega. So my claim is I want to take n sample value of omega instead of infinite. Okay, because my sequence is finite. So what I will do, since I want n sample value, a good healthy sample value, so what I will do, simple, I will divide this 2 pi range 0 to 2 pi into n number of division. Okay, like this. N number of divisions, 1, 2, 3, okay, like this. N number of division I will do. Let this is kth division. Okay, like this. This n number of divisions I will do. Okay, so what I will do, this is one sample value, this is another sample, this is another sample, this is another sample, and this is the kth sample. Kth, randomly I am taking kth sample. And what is this value? That this omega equals to omega k at that time. Okay, and it will go up to n number of sample value. Okay, so then what I can do, what I did till now, what I did, I taken just the n number of sample value from 0 to 2 pi. If this omega k represents the kth sample value of the omega, then how I can write? I can write like this: omega k equals to 2 pi k by n. Yes, sir. Where k is 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. Yes, it's good. Fine enough. Yes or not? Because say when you divide 2 pi into n number of division, then it is 2 pi by n, and this k for each sample value when k equals 0, the first one. When k equals to 1, then it is a 2 pi by n. So obviously this is 2 pi by n. Okay. Huh? Means we can write this is a 2 pi by n. Then if you go next, when k equals to 2, it is a 4 pi by n. Then it is again k equals to 3, 6 pi by n. Okay, when k equals to k, this is 2 pi k by n. And I am taking up to n minus 1 only. Why? Because if you take k equals to n, then what will happen? This omega k equals to 2 pi by n multiply n. Again it is coming the 2 pi. But here I taken only how many sample? N number of sample value. N number of sample value means it is starting from 0 and it will go up to n minus 1. 0 to n minus 1 is capital N number of point. Okay, that is the reason we will not include this capital N. If you include this capital N, then it will happen how many points? N plus 1 number of point. But I want only n number of sample value. That's why the maximum value is n minus 1. Okay, maximum value is n minus 1. Means we can say the last sample value before 2 pi is what is the last sample value, or you can say omega of n minus 1 means n minus 1 when k equals to n minus 1. It is 2 pi n minus 1 by n minus 1. This is the last sample value. It is omega of n minus 1. Okay, now my point is very clear and simple. What I did, instead of that infinite sample value of omega, I want a healthy samples, n number of samples of omega. For that, what I did, I just divided this 2 pi range into n number of sample value. So what we got, this omega k represents the kth sample value of omega. Just I written here. This omega k is the kth sample value of omega. Kth sample of omega. Okay. Now, since I want to take finite samples of omega, means n number of samples of omega, then what I will do? I will do little change in my spectrum. So what I will do, simple, I will replace this omega by omega k. Here omega means we are taking infinite samples. Now this omega k means we are taking finite samples. So what I will do, since I taken only finite sample, I replace this omega by omega k. Now it is become x of e to power j omega k summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to power minus j omega k n. I just replace this omega by omega k. Okay, then what is this? This is a discrete time Fourier transform. And if you see, what is this? This is a discrete time Fourier transform of kth sample value. because this omega k represents the kth sample of omega. So this is the spectrum of kth sample. Yes or not? This is known as a spectrum of kth sample. Okay. Now, if you want to write more clearly later, what I can do, I can write like this: x of e to power omega k means 2 pi k by n, 2 pi k by n equals to summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n. It is your e to power minus j 2 pi n k by n. Okay, let this is your x of k. Correct. This is your discrete Fourier transform. This x of k is known as the spectrum of k sample, or this is also known as a discrete Fourier transform of sequence x of n. Okay, or you can say that discrete finite transform also we can say, because you are taking only finite sample value. Clear all of you? Yes or not? Section A and B.
Yes, sir.
It's very simple. Yes or not? So this x of k, just it is equals to, means I denoted this x of e to power j 2 pi k by n by a term x of k. Okay, this is equals to summation of 0 n minus 1 x of n e to power minus j 2 pi n k by n. Okay, and this x of k is known as the discrete Fourier transform of x of n, or we can say that it is spectrum of k sample, or we can say it is discrete finite transform of sequence x of n. The word finite I am using for finite sequence, or you can say that the more better way by taking finite sample value of omega. Then obviously here this k is 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1 only. Clear all of you? Okay, just I'm giving 2 minute time you people, just finish your write up, so I will go to the next 2 minute time I'm giving. You just finish the write up what I written everything, then go to the next page, this new page. If any doubt you can ask me. Okay, finish, completed. Yes or no? Section A student, all of you completed?
Teaching near you. Somebody is teaching near you.
Hello, what madam?
Teaching near you. Disturbance is coming. Someone is
Oh
teaching.
yes, yes. Here so many people are there. Raju sir is there, Reddy sir is there. I'm in the lab, madam.
Okay. I'm just
Not much noise. I just sit in corner.
Okay.
Okay, now you can move. Fine. Now, dear student, what we reach finally that spectrum of k sample. It is also known as discrete Fourier transform of sequence x of n. That is x of k equals to summation of n 0 to n minus 1. Here I am not writing n equals to period n. Strictly it is 0 to n minus 1. Yes or not? Right hand side, if you take after n minus 1, it will overlap. Left hand side will take before 0, again it will overlap because it's periodic by nature. Okay, x of k is x of n e to power minus j 2 pi n. This is 2 pi n k by n. Okay, this is your discrete Fourier transform of a sequence x of n. Get it? Okay, and this is my claim. How we can satisfy the claim? So what we did, we taken finite sample value and we find the spectrum of that sequence by using finite samples of omega. Here x of n is finite and x of k also finite. We can say that here both n and k, it is starting from 0 and it's going up to n minus 1. Okay, now to satisfy my claim, what I must do, I must find the sequence x of n. If I will get back my sequence x of n from x of k, then I can say that what claim we did, that is correct. So to make my claim correct or to satisfy my claim, I must find this sequence x of n. So again, I will use the same process what I did in the Fourier series. Same simple x of k multiply e to power j 2 pi lk by n, means multiply e to power j 2 pi lk by n both side and take sum k equals to 0 to n minus 1. So I can write like this, take sum 0 to n minus 1, and this is a summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n, and just combine both. I can write like this, e to power minus j 2 pi k by n. This is your n minus l. Now rearrange this sum. I can do, this is summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n, and this is summation of k 0 to n minus 1 e to power minus j 2 pi k by capital N multiply n minus l. Now if n minus l not equals to 0, then already as shown in the discrete Fourier series, the complete this term becomes 0. Yes or not? If n minus l not equals to 0, then summation of k 0 to n minus 1 e to power minus j 2 pi k by n minus l become 0. Just remember this proof also I given. Okay, how to do? Simple, n minus l, you take some integer value, then find this sum, you will get 0. Okay, so if n minus l not equals to 0, then it is 0. Then there is no point to proceed further. So what we will do, the second case we will take, if n minus l equals to 0. Not only 0, you can take 0 plus or minus n plus or minus 2n. Okay, if you go like this, then what will happen? Then e to power minus j 2 pi k by n multiply n minus l equals to 1. If n minus l equals 0 means this is 0, e to power 0 equals to 1. If you n minus l equals to plus or minus n, you just put plus or minus n, and n become cancel. Yes or not? If you want, I will write e to power minus j 2 pi k by n. If you take plus or minus n or 2n, whatever, this n will cancel. Then again e to power plus or minus j 2 pi k always equals to 1. Okay. Huh? So it is always equals to 1. So what is the meaning? If n minus l equals to 0, means I can say that, you can say that n equals to l. When n equals to l, this whole exponential term become 1. Then how we can write? I can write like this, summation of k 0 to n minus 1 x of k e to power j 2 pi lk by n equals to, now see, it is 0 to n minus 1, but n equals to l, a single point, not required. Out of 0 to n minus 1 point, we want n equals to l, a single point. So this whole will change to a single point x of l, because n equals to l, this just put n equals to l. Okay, multiply summation of k 0 to n minus 1, and this value equals to 1. So we can write, now you are adding one n number of times, so value is n, so x of l multiply n. So what you are getting finally? Finally you are getting x of L equals to 1 by n summation of k 0 to n minus 1 x of k e to power j 2 pi lk by n. Now L is a variable, you can replace L with n, no problem. So we can finally get x of n equals to 1 by n summation of k 0 to n minus 1 x of k e to power j 2 pi nk by n. So we are getting our sequence finally, yes or not? So we started with one claim. The claim is I want to take only finite sample value of omega, and by using that claim we reached with the spectrum of finite sequence. And to satisfy our claim, we proceed and do little mathematics. So in a certain condition, if n minus L equals 0, these are all conditions. Okay, finally we reach our sequence. Means what is the meaning? Meaning is we are getting our spectrum by taking finite sample of omega, and we are getting back our original sequence also by using that spectrum. Yes or not? Every time when you're finding the spectrum, you must get back the original sequence also. If you not get back the original sequence, then the spectrum is no useful. Yes or not? You can find spectrum and you cannot get back the original sequence, means that is no useful. So means I can say that our claim is satisfied because we got the spectrum, and also we got the spectrum, and also we got our sequence from the spectrum. Okay, so this two is very important for us. This is DFT, discrete Fourier time transform of sequence x of n, and this is it is IDFT, inverse discrete Fourier transform is x of n, means inverse discrete Fourier transform of it is x of k, that is equals to x of n. So this is a Fourier transform formula, discrete Fourier transform. It is inverse discrete Fourier transform formula. Okay, means discrete Fourier transform means you are getting the spectrum from the finite sequence. Inverse discrete Fourier transform means we are getting back the sequence from the spectrum. Okay, so we can say that our claim satisfy. So finally, we can make a note like this. If x of n, you can make a note like this. If x of n, okay, I'll make it black. If x of n is a finite sequence, so it's not required to waste the infinite storage. Finite sequence, that is x0, x1, okay, up to x of n minus 1. Okay, I taken this finite sequence, then the spectrum of sequence x of n, that is equals to x of k equals to summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to power minus j 2 pi nk by n, and the inverse discrete Fourier transform of x of k, that is equals to x of n equals to 1 by n summation of k 0 to n minus 1 x of k e to power j 2 pi nk by n. Okay, now I can use a term, let omega n equals to e to power minus j 2 pi by n. This term is known as a Tweedle factor. Let omega n equals to e to power minus j 2 pi by n. Then how I can represent my spectrum? Then I can represent the discrete Fourier transform x of k, that is a discrete Fourier transform of x of n. I can represent in this way, summation of n 0 to n minus 1 x of n omega n to power nk. Similarly, I can represent the inverse discrete Fourier transform of x of k, that is equals to x of n equals to 1 by n summation of k 0 to n minus 1. It is x of k omega n to power minus nk with respect to this Tweedle factor. And in both the cases, you all people know that this n and k is varying from 0 to n minus 1. This is very, very important. Okay, means in the first case, k is varying from 0 to n minus 1, and second case, this n is varying from 0 to n minus 1. So these formulas are very, very important. It's very, very important. You try to understand properly, because I will use these formulas like anything for all problems and property proof. These formulas are very, very important, and I will use this also at the time of first Fourier transform. To do the first Fourier transform analysis, I will not do all the analysis. I will try to do only one analysis, because it is not possible here to do the complete analysis of first Fourier transform. But I will try to do only one analysis. We'll see. So these two forms, both are same, and this is important for your exam point of view. You may get a question 1 mark or 2 mark to find the Studel factor value.
Tell them to find the XFN resembles what sequence as them.
Okay, what, madam?
XFN, actually the XFN is what sequence do they ask them whether there is whether it is they know the sequence or not. Just now they learned about the sequence. No, XFN equal to n sigma k equal to 0 10 minus 1 XF k.
Yes, yes. Okay, final sequence are not there.
No, DFS sequence.
DFT, I will do problem, madam. We will do.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just asking them whether they are able to identify whether.
If they will not able to identify finite and infinite sequence, madam, better they should quit.
Yeah.
If number of sample value equals to finite means finite, you can say. This part also, after reading signal system and you taught unit 1 completely, still they are not able to find this means they should do suicide. No use. Completely waste of life. Okay. This type of question you will ask means it is insult to them and to us also.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. Clear all of you? Student? Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
In the first unit, madam explain. I think nearly 50 times madam said this thing, that if number of sample value equals to finite, then it's a finite sequence. If the number of sample value is infinite, then it is a infinite sequence. Okay, clear? Now again, say same thing. One more time I will repeat. It's 51 or 101, madam. Okay. If
as well as I just wanted to tell them that XFN what you got no, that is actually sequence no, what we the definition. The
actually, madam, your voice not coming clearly.
Not breaking, okay.
Yes, yes.
Once again, you continue and put my headphone.
Okay, no problem. Okay, student, this formula it's very, very important. Okay, you should remember. I given the proof also so that there is no confusion. You can know why it's used. Yes or not? That is very, very important. Now, I'll put one simple question for you people. Later, DFT problem we will do later. Later, I will do some simple question of Studel factor. Okay, Studel factor will do later. Write one small question. Find DFT of sequence or not sequence, impulse signal. DFT of impulse signal. Impulse signal Delaunay. What is the answer? It's a very simple, basic question.
Sir, 1, sir.
1. It's very good. Who tell that answer?
Sir, A1 10.
10. Okay, good.
Very
All people. It's a very simple question. Okay. See, now I will use the formula directly. DFT of impulse signal. See, later x of k is the DFT of this impulse signal, or you can write like this DFT of del of n. Okay. Simple summation of n 0 to n minus 1. Here x of n is del of n e to power minus j 2 pi nk by n. And you all people know that del of n equals to 1 for n equals to 0 and 0 for n not equals to 0. So out of 0 to n minus sample value, I will take only n equals to 0. Yes or not? Because for rest value, this is 0. 0 multiplied anything is 0. So we can write like this. It is a del of 0, e to power 0 plus rest is 0. Okay. Del of 0 is 1, e to power 0 is 1. So answer is 1. Clear? In same way, can you find the DFT of a sequence del of n minus n0? First, same way. What is the answer?
e power minus j 2 by n naught k by m.
Good, very good. Okay, same thing. Del of very good. Del of n minus n naught. If you want to find same formula. Let I want to find this DFT. So it is very simple problem. If you understand, you can do. It's n equals to 0 to n minus 1 del of n minus n naught e to power minus j 2 pi nk by n. Let I am writing here no space. Del of n minus n naught equals to 1 if n minus n naught equals to 0. That is n equals to n naught. Okay. And rest all value, and it is 0 for n not equals to n0. So this is very important. This 0 to n minus 1 out of n number of sample value, only one value means when n equals to n naught, at that value only it is 1. So I can write, see, it is simple, 0 plus simple only one value. One value means at n equals to n naught, that is n naught minus n naught e to power minus j 2 pi n naught k by n plus again rest value is 0. So answer is this del 0 equals to 1 and this is 0 e to power minus j 2 pi n naught k by n. Very good. Who said that answer?
Roll number 11.
11. Okay, section B. Okay, good. Similarly, can you find the discrete Fourier transform of del of n plus n naught?
E power j
That's the
2
problem.
by n naught by k m.
Very good.
Less will come.
Yes or not? It is e to power minus j 2 pi n naught k by n, and this is e to power plus j. Yes or not? 2 pi n naught k by n. Same process. Process is same. If you take plus means then n, you all people, again I am writing here, just n plus n naught equals to 1 if n plus n naught equals to 0, that is n equals to minus n0. Just replace n by minus n0, we will get e to power plus j 2 pi n naught k by capital N. Okay, clear all of you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now one more problem, then I will stop. It's a, if people are coming late, no problem. Just to one or two simple problem I will do, then I will stop. Let x of n equals to a to power n. What is the value of discrete Fourier transform? Means find the discrete Fourier transform. Do it. Very simple and basic problem. Same? Yes or not? See, I am using same basic formula, nothing else. Summation of it is n 0 to n minus 1 a to power n e to power minus j 2 pi n k by n. Then it is summation of n 0 to n minus 1 a e to power minus j 2 pi k by n whole power n. Okay. Then you all people know this series, yes or not? What is the formula? N equals to 0 to n r to power n. It is a 1 minus r to power n plus 1 because n plus 1 number of term by 1 minus r. If r is less than 1. Otherwise, r to power n plus 1 minus 1 by r minus 1 if r is greater than 1. Here, how many number of terms are there? Capital N number of terms. And this value, let this a equals to less than 1. Less than 1, let this a equals to less than 1. Then what is the answer? 1 minus a e to power minus j 2 pi k by n whole power n, because here 0 to n minus 1 means n number of terms are there, divided by 1 minus a e to power minus j 2 pi k by n. Then this n will cancel. Then it is 1 minus a e to power minus 1 minus a to power n e to power minus j 2 pi k divided by 1 minus a e to power minus j 2 pi k by n. If you want to write more simplification, then e to power minus j 2 pi k always equals to 1. Then it is 1 minus a to power n divided by 1 minus a e to power minus j 2 pi k by capital N. This is the answer. Yes or not? Understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's very simple. Now by using this, just two homework question you try it. We'll stop here. Homework question is if x of n equals to e to power j 2 pi n0 k by n, not e to power j 2 pi k0 n by n, then find discrete Fourier transform. And if x of n equals to e to power minus j 2 pi k0 n by capital N. Okay, it's very simple. Instead of a, I taken a. Instead of a, I taken this. Yes or not? Huh? You try this. Huh? It's very simple. Simple here. If you replace a by e to power j 2 pi k0 by n, you will get the answer. Huh? It's very simple. But do in the same way.
So last step can explain again.
Last step.
Yes.
See here, this formula I use 0 to n r to power n equals to 1 minus r to power n plus 1 by 1 minus r if r is less than 1, means magnitude of r is less than 1. Let I am taking this a also less than 1, then obviously this whole term a e to power minus j 2 pi k by n magnitude is less than 1. Yes or not? A
Yes.
e to power minus j 2 pi k n magnitude means this magnitude is 1. So coming a magnitude already taken a less than 1. So this is a 1 less than 1. Then I will use this formula 1 minus r means here a e to power minus j 2 pi k by n plus 1 a number of term 0 to n means n plus 1 number of term, but here 0 to n minus 1. So how many terms are there? N number of terms are there. So 1 minus this whole to power n divided by 1 minus this whole by using this formula. Okay. Then if you open this 1 minus a to power capital N divided multiply e to power minus j 2 pi k by n multiply n, then n will cancel, then it is e to power minus j 2 pi k, rest as usual. And you all people know that e to power minus j 2 pi k always equals to 1. Okay, so it is 1 minus a to power n by 1 minus e to power minus j 2 pi k by n. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll stop here. Madam, we'll stop here.
Yeah. Okay then.
So any doubt, student? It's clear? Yes or not? So today what we understand how to find the discrete Fourier transform of any sequence. Okay, so we taken some assumption. Okay, just we'll stop here. But this is the slides what we did from starting to end. See, just I'm showing. We taken one claim, and for that we are taking 0 to 2 pi and k. We're taking n number of sample value, and by using that n number of sample value, we got this x of k spectrum of a finite sequence. And to satisfy our claim, we proceed further to get our original sequence x of n, and we succeed. We got our sequence, so means we can say that our claim satisfied. So after that, what we did, we return this to discrete Fourier transform and inverse discrete Fourier transform formula, and we taken one twiddle factor. The twiddle factor problem I will do in the next class. There is time over. Okay, then we did simple problem, basic problem, how to find discrete Fourier transform of a sequence. Again, it's a request to say all people, please join in time. This is very important. If you, I will wait for 20 minutes, then what will happen? See, if you do like this, I have to skip some portion, no other option. Otherwise, how your syllabus will complete? It's not possible. Okay, I have to skip. If I'll skip means I know for rest people no matter, but those student, really good student, they will miss some information. I don't want to cheat them. That's the reason. Please, you come and join in time.
Okay. Ask them to prepare for module test. They have to prepare. You're able to hear me, Prasad?
Yes, yes, sir. Now it's clear, madam.
So
Your voice
module
clear.
test. All of you are clear, right? What to prepare? Frequency response, set transform, realization, and DFS. Okay, go through the PPT which I have posted and the YouTube links which sir has, sorry, not the YouTube link, the links which sir has posted. Okay, that will be sufficient for you to prepare for the exam. Do well, all of you. All the best.
All the best. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you, madam. Thank you, all of you. We'll stop here now. We'll
Yeah,
end the meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, madam, again.
yeah.
And you all people send attendance. Okay, forget.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
every time even I forget it, remind, just you all both here send attendance to madam and me. Okay, that is very important. Okay, thank you, all of you. Bye.